my name is Zoey. I'm the Tipsy Psychic, and this is Nyx. Nyx is my kitty cat. Go hunt, kitty. Go be free. Yes, so I just got her, and I'm really, really happy because she's the cutest thing ever. I named her Nyx after the goddess of night, who is also the daughter of the god of chaos. So I feel like she is this fierce force of nature, and I honor it, and I love her so much. Today we are going to talk about the compatibility between a Cancer, Leo cusp, and a Libra. There is a very energetic vibe surrounding your relationship. The key is not to get stuck in your ways, because the relationship evolves, right? Just because something was working before doesn't mean it's going to be the same now. You must examine what works and what doesn't work in this relationship. I'm sorry guys if I seem distracted. I'm just petting this cat who's like just purring all over me right now. You spend much of your times by yourselves, reflecting on the world around you. Never make assumptions about your Libra. You have this tendency to assume you know everything, but that will only make things worse. You hear me? Try not to use the been there, done that excuse. Just acknowledge that there is still so much to learn and discover about your Libra. What you have is rare, and you need to keep it safe at all costs. Your emotions can be a little chaotic, and so you need to sort of keep them in check for the sake of your Libra. You tend to need a partner who is more grounded and stable than you, but your Libra may be a little insecure. They may not meet those needs. So when you're together, you may not feel like you can keep your feet on the ground. You must be able to accept that your relationship will never be pragmatic and solid. If you can't be okay with that, then you should move on. You are very driven, and your Libra will feel motivated when they're with you. They often find themselves driven to succeed around you. Dreams they put on the back burner are finally on their way to becoming accomplished. You don't mind when your relationship is the center of attention, but your dynamic is usually more inclined to like spend time by themselves, you know? You may need to educate yourself on budgeting when you're with a Libra, because money is not something you tend to think about too much when you're with them. There will be things that get on your nerves, but you need to learn to disregard them. Focusing on them won't get you anywhere. It will only bother you. The thing about being alone all the time is that it can isolate you, and that is not healthy. It's okay to spend time with each other out of the public eye, but don't lose touch with the outside world. You feel me? Don't alienate yourselves. That is not healthy. Libra may mature more in the relationship, and you must be prepared for that. In the beginning, they can be kind of childish, and they do a lot of adulting with you. If you can stick through it with them, then it can blossom into a beautiful, loving relationship. Cat. Oh, careful. She is just exploring everything. Don't keep jumping. You both might be spiritual or into the metaphysical realm. Ugh, cat, come on. Seriously, they love windows, dude. This is like, put my camera right outside the window here. You can go to that side of the window. You may both share a love for the occult or psychic readings, and you can be very bonded in a very psychic way. You might struggle to keep yourselves grounded in reality and not get too carried away. If you can't remain practical at all, then this can be difficult. Libra is probably the more cognitive one in this relationship. You may have difficulty being fully aware, and in a way they may complete you. In many ways, you balance each other out. Libra is not as into self-reflection as you, and most likely won't have as much experience with self-exploration. That is why if you try to make them figure you out, or you pour your emotional insecurities out on them, they will not like the pressure. This may feel like they are rejecting you, even if that's not the case. You pour your heart out to them and they can't handle it the way you need them to. You might feel really disappointed by this response. And you might feel like they don't care enough. Just remember, the Libra isn't into these like emotional explorations. They don't have that experience that you do. And they don't mean you any harm. They might feel like you just don't get them and try to distance themselves from you. This can feel really lonely. It's really important for you to build a foundation for your lives to intertwine on. Create some structure in your relationship if you can. You have to focus on your dreams and your goals in the relationship, not on the little things. Long-term goals matter most for this couple. Don't make your Libra feel like they aren't welcome. They may feel left out if you do. This can be a beautiful relationship. It can. Stability may not be a huge deal breaker for you, and that can be a fantastic thing. You both can get very overwhelmed and very sensitive, like very oversensitive. And you both can get very excited over the smallest things. It's not really like one of you is the rock. You both are on this emotional ride. In long-term committed relationships and as a married couple, you're very comfortable with each other. You adorn each other with kisses and you like to hug. It's very physical. Like you can be very touchy-feely. Sensuality is important. Why are people calling me right now? Hello, sunshine. Sorry about that. Okay, where were we? Yes, sensuality. This couple is very sensual. The power of touch boosts your love. Yes. I don't know if you guys ever read the 5 Languages of Love by Gary Chapman. I love that book. And there are different languages of love, and one of them is touch. You know, it's needing to feel touched, and that is definitely the language here that we are talking about. When you're having a fight and you're like taking time to yourselves, you know, you're like fighting and then you go off to your own corners, it may take time to make up. That's okay. You just need to take things slow and forgive at your own paces. But don't expect things to just get better the next day, because that's super unrealistic for you guys. You need to learn how to do things that come in handy. It will keep you grounded. You need emotional intelligence to work well as a couple. You must show each other compassion as much as possible. Don't get carried away in exploring each other. You may need to take a break once in a while. Like, do something fun that doesn't involve diving into your inner psyche for once. Libra can feel very insecure and they need love in a way that other signs just don't. They might ask you questions like, will you still love me even when I'm old? Or, what if you don't love me anymore? Or, why didn't you say you love me back right away? It's this inability to accept love often because they lack self-love. What's that comment, that quote, we can only accept the love we show for ourselves or something? I don't remember. If you do remember that comment or you know what I'm talking about, please let me know in the comment section below, because I'm curious. Very curious. Anyway, that really applies here for the Libra. But it's also because of low self-esteem. The good news is that Libras grow tremendously while dating you. And that insecure part is just a phase. Your relationship can be so amazing if you can get through that part. As the cusp of oscillation, you can be moody. You have ups and downs that a Libra could never really fully understand. Those ups and downs can feel like a lot to a Libra. They're not equipped to handle that. No. The other thing is, this relationship is not necessarily empathic. Not initially, anyway. Like I said, emotional intelligence is important. but it's not initially empathic. Like, that's not naturally the way it is a lot of the time. Yes, there is a psychic bond, but is it an empathic bond? I don't know. The psychic bond allows you to know what the other is feeling, but just because you know what they're going through doesn't mean that you care about it that much. You may not have enough compassion for dealing with that. Your relationship is secretive even as a married couple or as friends, even if you are both very outgoing. You won't like how judgmental a Libra can be. You're both very independent and still your own people in this match. You both don't like your time together being interrupted, and you'll probably find security to be very important. You don't let others in on your relationship, and you can feel very insecure about it. You both give each other excellent advice. Excellent. And you easily let your walls down when you are friends. You both might be into some witchy or spiritual stuff. Your friendships are very rare and unique because you both share a special understanding of the spiritual world. You need to make sure you sit down and examine your feelings. You must be on the same page emotionally. Don't let yourselves become too isolated. Privacy is okay, but don't take it too far. When you have a romantic affair, it can be very intense and fiery, but that doesn't mean it will be easy, okay? It will be complicated. Why'd you have to go and make things so complicated? I see the way you're acting like someone else gets me frustrated. Life's like this. You fall and you crawl and you break and you take what you get and you turn it into honesty. Promise me I'm never going to find you faking. No, no, no. Avril Lavigne said it all, y'all. She said it all. So yeah, it's gonna be complicated. And you know what? While passion may flow really easily, there will be much that challenges your love. It can be conflicting. When you're facing conflict regarding your lives, it can be really helpful to delegate whose advice you will listen to in what circumstance. You'll probably be better at solving problems regarding ambition and career, and Libra may be better at giving you advice on friends and socializing. Most people don't get your relationship, but that's because you keep so many things to yourselves. So many things. Libras who are very busy with their professional life might feel very interrupted by this passionate love life. They like it, don't get me wrong, but it may feel like it gets in the way of their productivity. So if your Libra is a workaholic and they are really hardworking and they're always at work and they're obsessed with their career and they're at the prime of their career, then this may not be the best time to date them. When you get married, expect drama to wedge its way into your lives. This naturally happens when you tie the knot. Part of that is because of how you alienate yourselves, but also because of how your love is like a fairy tale. It can seem way too good to be true. You would never find being married to a Libra boring. When your friendship lacks the spirituality component, it is unlikely to be very profound. And in that case, it may be good just to remain acquaintances. Don't waste your time trying to turn it into something it is not. You don't usually want a lot to do with each other anyway. It may feel like they're not the type of friend you can count on in the long run anyway. Libra may feel like you are coated in slippery oil and you can't hold on to them, even when you think things are going super well. But if they're working on their career, then they may not have time for this romance, and you may struggle to keep their heart. This will probably make you feel like you're not really sure how you feel about being with them. It can definitely cause some hesitation. You both might find yourselves feeling gloomy from time to time when you get married, but it is not usually enough to throw everything off. Every marriage has its ups and downs. I mean, you know this. The highs usually outweigh the lows. You may have those fights, but you motivate each other to move forward. You make a good role model for a Libra. It can feel like a downer from time to time, but you must remember that neither one of you are focused on the physical plane, and that may be what is holding you down. Think about it. You both can be very minimalistic. You might share this like less is more mentality. You don't need things to be happy. Like, you could live in a van together or an igloo. You don't need too much to be happily married. Nuh-uh. You may lack some compassion, but you are both very pragmatic when you need to be. You both might act cocky, but that doesn't mean that you don't care. Try to work on being more flexible and less uptight. Even though you both need some structure, you lack stability initially, but it allows like your energy to vibrate into the spiritual realm, you know? Your love is high-spirited, you know? It's like being high, actually. Being high is love for you both. Like, it feels that way sometimes. This is like a fairy tale. Come on. You might find that happily ever after that you are looking for. Yay! Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're a Cancer, Leo, Cusp, or you are a Libra, then please comment below. Let me know what you think. I want to hear your stories. I always read them. I always do. Even if I take my sweet ass time getting back to you. I'm so busy. I'm sorry. But I do read them. I do. And they really do play a part in how I make my videos and what I say. So please let me know. I love hearing from you. Love it. Love it. Love it. Subscribe to my channel. Goodbye.